All right, welcome to this explainer. If you're knee-deep in planning a renovation, you've almost certainly hit the classic dilemma, right? How do you choose between a visually stunning material and one that'll actually survive the absolute chaos of daily life? It's literally the ultimate battle of beauty versus brawn. Today, we're putting two heavyweights head-to-head, natural travertine and engineered porcelain. We're going to look at the hard data, compare their physical traits, and, frankly, help you protect your renovation investment.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Here's our roadmap for today. 1. Meet the materials. 2. The aesthetics and vibe. 3. Durability and physical strength. 4. The reality of maintenance. 5. Best room-by-room uses. And 6. Making your final choice.
Starting off with Section 1, Meet the Materials. Before we declare a winner, we need to establish exactly what these contenders are at a chemical and manufacturing level. First up, travertine. This is a completely natural limestone formed over thousands of years around mineral springs and caves. And because it's pulled directly from the earth, that organic process makes every single piece unique. It comes with its own texture, its own movement, and its own unique color variation. It's basically like putting a piece of geological history right inside your home.
Now let's instantly contrast this with porcelain. Unlike natural stone, porcelain is a highly engineered manufactured ceramic product. It's created from perfectly refined clay and minerals, and then, get this, it's fired at extremely high temperatures. So this is a material born of extreme heat and tight manufacturing precision.
Moving right along to Section 2, the aesthetics and vibe. This is where we look at how these materials can completely change the atmosphere of a space.
So on one hand, we have the totally unique, warm character of travertine. It brings organic movement, natural pores, and it actually develops this really beautiful patina as it ages. Those small imperfections over time, they actually enhance it. On the other hand, porcelain offers incredible modern design flexibility. You get uniform colors, perfectly consistent dimensions across massive spaces, and thanks to modern technology, it can accurately imitate stone flawlessly. It's basically controlled perfection versus natural authenticity.
So what does this actually mean for your design? Well, travertine leans heavily into Mediterranean luxury. It creates this relaxed, elegant, premium resort feel, especially outdoors. Porcelain, however, is an absolute dream for clean, contemporary minimalism. If you're someone who loves sleek, modern architectural lines where everything is perfectly uniform, porcelain is definitely your go-to.
All right, Section 3, Durability and Physical Strength. Let's transition to the practical side and look at how much physical stress and weather these tiles can actually survive.
Let's contrast their physical hardness. Now, travertine is strong enough for residential use, absolutely, but it is a softer stone. Under a very heavy impact, it can chip or crack. Porcelain, though, is extremely dense. It's engineered specifically for maximum scratch and impact resistance. Against heavy, everyday traffic, porcelain is virtually bulletproof.
Now, what's really interesting about this equation is this specific number, 2 to 3%. This is travertine's natural water absorption rate. Because it's a naturally porous material pulled right out of the earth, it will absorb moisture if it's left unprotected.
But look at how that number plummets when we switch to porcelain, less than 0.5%. Because it is so heavily refined and dense, porcelain absorbs almost zero moisture. This makes it almost completely waterproof right out of the box, which is just a massive advantage in wet climates.
But wait, travertine definitely fights back when things heat up. It has a massive advantage in thermal regulation. In hot climates, under direct summer sunlight, travertine naturally stays significantly cooler. Porcelain, unfortunately, can become really hot to the touch in the sun. This makes travertine vastly more comfortable for bare feet, say around a summer pool deck.
Let's quickly summarize these critical physical traits side by side. As you weigh the trade-offs, keep this in mind. Travertine gives you that amazing thermal comfort, but requires you to manage its porosity. Porcelain gives you an incredibly dense, waterproof surface, but you do sacrifice that cool-to-the-touch comfort out in the sun.
Which brings us to Section 4, the reality of maintenance. We're shifting focus to what happens after installation by examining the long-term reality of caring for these materials.
So the absolute crucial point is this: natural stone demands active maintenance. Because of that porosity we just talked about, travertine requires sealing every 6 to 12 months to protect against stains and oils, and you absolutely must use pH-neutral cleaners. Porcelain, meanwhile, is essentially set and forget. Zero sealing required, just simple sweeping and occasional mopping, and you're good to go. Next up is Section 5, Best Room by Room Uses. Let's take all this technical data and ground it by testing both materials in specific spaces around your house.
Here's a punchy, practical checklist for your renovation. Pool decks? Travertine is the clear winner for its cool, slip-resistant comfort. Driveways? Porcelain takes it because it easily resists heavy vehicle weight, tire marks, and oil leaks. Kitchens? Porcelain again, completely shrugging off grease and food stains. And bathrooms? Actually, try combining them. Put travertine on the shower floors for that luxurious spa vibe and porcelain on the walls for incredibly easy cleaning.
And finally, Section 6, making your final choice. Time for the final verdict, to synthesize everything we've learned and lock in your decision.
And this brilliantly illustrates our core takeaway today. If you're chasing natural, luxury aesthetics, timeless beauty, and incredible barefoot comfort outdoors, travertine is your material. But if your priority is durability, convenience, low maintenance, and waterproof practicality, porcelain is the absolute undisputed champion.
I want to leave you with this thought. There is no universal winner. The right choice depends entirely on your priorities. So take a step back from the design magazines for a second and really ask yourself, what does your daily life actually look like? When it's time to lay the foundation of your dream space, are you going to build it on the timeless authenticity of nature or the unshakable strength of modern engineering? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and happy renovating.